was pumping. It's like the most intense flow because Bommy's like that. Okay, this is so good. It's a beast. It's actually, I think it's too heavy for me, to be honest. Whoa, 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 whoa! Oh my God, please don't jump on my board. And then I had quite a deep, black, long hold down. Good morning. Welcome back to my channel. Welcome to a day in the life of a surfer who surfs the big swells at Uluwatu. Today we should have 8 to 10 foot at 17 seconds. The energy right now I think is 2000. So I have just woken up here. I already did my visualization and my meditation, my visualization and my yoga practice, as well as my stretchy band exercises for my shoulder. And now I am going to get a coffee and go check the wave. Also today they have the final heats of the Padang Padang Cup, the Rip Curl surfing competition, which happens at Padang Padang. And there are some very famous names in the surfing circuit who are here. Erin Brooks, who just won the Fiji Pro. She flew into Bali a few days ago and she is here for the women's heat. So there's a lot of action happening today. Likely you can also hear my voice. I have had a cold now for a couple of days. My nose and my ears are a little bit blocked. I took one day off over the weekend and I surfed yesterday, just a quick paddle. The waves are kind of weird yesterday, just to be in time and have the paddle in my body today. Okay, before we go, I'm just checking the forecast. That's for tomorrow. We should probably look on the correct day. Okay, so it's reading 8 to 10 foot. It's reading 17 seconds until 9 a.m. and then 16 seconds. So south-southwest swell. It says outside corners will be in the triple overhead range. Let's see. And then the wave energy. So I've been checking 3 different sites before I go surf, and they don't all say the same thing. Right now it's almost 9 a.m. and it is 2,139 kilojoules, the wave energy. I was planning to get in more. It's only a 5.3 foot high today, so 3.3 foot low and a 5.3 foot high. Oh, that's tomorrow. I lie. Okay, 2.6 foot low, which is right now, a 6.3 foot high at 2:39 p.m. And right now it's 3,449 kilojoules. Okay, so that's, I will have to wait and see a sec, because looking at the cam right now, I don't see that just yet. So yeah, we have to go check. I've been checking Surfline. I've also got another app called, I think it's Windy App. And then I also check Windy Guru. Yeah, Windy App, as well as we've got Windy App and Surfline. And then I also go and check the wave. I find that Uluwatu is so temperamental. You can check it at one time of the day and then it changes by the time you get there, and by the time you get in the water it changes again. 45 minutes after you've been in the water it changes again. Weather also, I think it'll clear up by midday, but right now it is quite, oh my God, there is a cow. It is quite gloomy, and definitely I feel like the wind has gotten colder and the water temperature has dropped. I remember that August and September is always the colder months in the water. I also haven't vlogged. I haven't hired an editor yet. I've been so busy. I have had days of content to edit. Fortunately, if you've been watching this channel, whenever you see this video, you will have seen that I have started uploading YouTube shorts. So that's fun. I'm not as familiar with what, look at this, there's the cow here. Good morning. Hi. Good morning. Good morning. Look at how beautiful you are. Hi. Oh, good morning. How cool is that? Hello. Just just a cow. Just a everyday morning with a cow as you wake up to get on your motorbike. Okay, I just turned on face auto detect. That's kind of interesting. Is this following me? Face track enabled. Oh, okay. There's a field over there. Anyway, I have been very, very busy editing. There's been lots going on. I've been doing a lot of research for getting back into sales again, which I'm very, very excited about. I actually made a talking head video the other day speaking about why I am getting back into sales. That's all. They're like this cat fur up here. Why I'm very excited about getting back into sales. Yeah, there's been so much going on that I haven't been filming. I've just been editing a lot and doing some other things behind the scenes. However, let's go check the wave. Okay, here I am. It's not big yet. It's super clean. It's kind of a little bit crowded at the outside corner. Not big yet, like only like 4 to 6 foot right now. Hello. Come. Hi. Hi. Oh, look how pretty you are. Okay, so the waves are really clean, really pretty. Crowded, of course, at outside corner, but only seeing really like 6 foot. I'm sure it'll get bigger, hopefully, as the tide fills in. But we'll see. This year it's every swell has been a learning experience, and now I've really focused on reading all the different forecasts, because there have been a couple of times I've like paddled out thinking like, it's not that big, and then I've paddled out like one time a couple of weeks ago. I paddled out on a 6'8", and it was pumping. I didn't surf bommy, I surfed more outer peak. Yeah, and I took off on some like really large waves, but yeah, I didn't read the forecast. So I'm really trying to be as prepared as I can. And that's the thing. What I think is that you can prepare as much as you can by eating right, sleeping right, having the right mindset, checking forecasts, checking the wave in the morning, having all the right equipment. But I found, for me, this is my own personal experience, that the way that you become more confident and familiar with surfing and hold downs and wipe outs and riding the wave and knowing what to do is just by being in the water and showing up. Because a lot of people ask me certain questions that, if you've been following all my channel recently, I've been trying to answer questions and share as much information as I can about surfing these bigger swells. Of course, I can only share from the experience and the level that I'm at. However, I can definitely say that I've been very consistent, that I've surfed every single big swell and every single medium swell at Uluwatu. I don't surf outside corner and I don't surf secrets, so I cannot share any information there. But when it comes to surfing the peak, outer peak and bommy, I've really tried to share as much as I can, which has been, for me, like every day, every swell, every wave is a different experience. However, somebody said to me the other day, they're like, oh, swell is coming, time to book your flights. And I was thinking, oh, where are we going? And then they were like, oh, here, and there, like I think something like Nias. And then they were like, oh, bommy seems to be your jam. And it's like, absolutely, I am absolutely in love with the bommy wave. If it is breaking, it is my favorite wave. And for now, because I've only been surfing that wave for a year, just over a year. I got my first wave in June last year. It's always all new to me. I haven't been surfing that wave for 30 years. So it's like, for me to go out there, the mental and physical output and the capacity for me to be there and to focus, it's a lot, because it's not like, oh yeah, easy, 8 to 12 foot, just another day at Bali. Like, it's like always like a big thing for me. And I honestly truly love it. And I've learned to really embrace and love and enjoy and go with the wipeouts and the hold downs there, because that's all part of the experience. And I've found that the more that you can just like enjoy the process and enjoy every moment out there, like the better it is. And I really do. I really have a good time out there. Yes, I get super frustrated if I can't figure out my board, if I'm too far forward or too far back, or if I paddle too soon or if I paddle too late. You know, I get like frustrated, like, oh, why can't I figure it out? But that's the beautiful thing about being there, is that when you actually then, for me, when I actually then get a wave at Bali and I ride the wave for a little bit of a longer time instead of just a takeoff, it is so fulfilling for me, and I feel so empowered that I'm there and I'm figuring it out, because I don't surf with a coach. I don't have somebody saying, here, go for this one. I definitely have gotten to know the people that go to Bali, and you know, we chit chat about this and that, and I watch them. I'm always visually learning from everybody when I'm not surfing. But at the end of the day, it's like you choose what you're gonna try to take off on. And when I do choose a good one and then I get a good wave, it's like, it's like magic. But also not just like magic, it's like the most intense flow, because Bali is like that. Anyway, I could keep talking. I am going to get into some breakfast now. If you don't already know, I am a cat parent. Yes, I have 5 rag dolls that live inside. No, I'm not a crazy cat lady. There's a story to why I kept all of Bikini. Bikini is the mother. She had 4 kittens. It's a lot, and if I leave it, I'm surprised. I have a smashed glass jar here. I bought recently 2 of these the other day. I actually put 2.5 Kangen water, 2.5 pH Kangen water in here, which is strong acidic water, and I use this as like multi-purpose spray to clean, because it's like antibacterial. They just smashed one of those the other day, and I've now ordered like maybe like a stainless steel. I usually drink, I have big jugs of water, which is 9.5 pH I put in there, because I try to drink at least between 3 to 4 liters of water a day, more likely 3.5. When I'm drinking 4 liters of Kangen water, my skin and everything is on point. That's my preferred amount of water to drink. However, they just don't know if you can see all this smashed glass. Oh my God, unbelievable, these cats. So naughty. Okay, I'm gonna have to clean this up before I have breakfast. Okay, you have all seen me make my oats before. This is my preferred power breakfast to have if I'm surfing, if I'm not surfing. I like it because you can throw just everything and anything in there. Oh, I actually got a recipe the other day from somebody, from Rodrigo, my big wave surfer friend. And he recommends, I need to try this out, to do overnight oats. And you put with the chia seeds, when you soak them in water, they become like more gluggy and full, and actually your body absorbs them better when they've been soaking. So that is a recipe that I need to do. Overnight oats is so easy. Again, it's like put all the ingredients into the container, add your preferred milk. Obviously I use plant milk, and then you put it in the fridge, and then the next day ready to go. Let's go. However, I would like to try the other flavor, but I bought this vegan protein powder, And I've been actually using that as my nut milk. I put just a scoop of that, add the water, and using that, and it's quite a nice flavor. Look, to tell you the truth, do I feel any different from having like extra protein in my day? Not really. I don't think I've noticed anything different. It's definitely a nice flavor, but I don't know. It's supposed to be better for you, right? More protein. But then you don't want too much protein, you know? Actually, we don't need, a lot of people say, oh, you need protein to build muscle. Oh, you need dairy to like, you know, have strong bones. Oh, you need like meat for this. Actually, as a vegan, as a plant-based, eating a vegan diet, not that I'm on a diet, but my plant-based way of eating, my vegan style of eating, it has definitely served me well. It's been now 7.5 years, and I can honestly say I've had no like health problems or deficiencies or anything. And I obviously am very mindful of what I eat. I try to eat as healthily as I can and as many whole foods as I can. I'm not fully all whole food plant-based, but most of the time I am. I mean, look, this is obviously in a package and, you know, maybe some almond butter. I mean, that's still whole food plant-based because it's still using all natural ingredients. My point is though, is that I think that if you eat correctly and the wide array and variety of plant foods from your nuts, your seeds, your lentils, your legumes, the beans, the fruits, the vegetables, herbs, I think that you can definitely thrive on a plant-based way of eating. I actually have a hair appointment this Friday because my hair now, I can put it into a ponytail and it is way too long. I definitely am still in my French bob phase. I love having short hair. And I've noticed as it has grown so much. It's been not even 2 months, an entire 2 months since I cut it, and it has grown like exponentially. It's crazy. However, I have an appointment this Friday for that. And I've actually been, this is also going to be a life update because it obviously is a day in my life as a big wave surfer surfing the Uluwatu swells. I have discovered Matt Gray. He is a very successful entrepreneur and I've been binge watching his YouTube videos, and he just shared a quote, fuck the outcome and fall in love with the process. And he's specifically talking about building business online, building income online, building impact online. And I can definitely relate that to not only for myself for business, but also for surfing, because it's in the action of doing what you wish to create success in and whatever area that is in for you, whether it's surfing, business, health, love, friendship, wellness, then it's actually when you take that inspired action, that aligned action, that daily or consistent action, it's in the momentum of that action of doing what you need to do to create the success of your vision or to create the success where you desire. That's actually where the growth is, and that's actually, that process is actually when the magic starts to unfold. Because again, if you don't achieve your goal at a certain time that you think you should have, or what others say you think have, or what you think you should have, when you fuck the outcome and just fall in love with the process, that's where the real magic and beauty lays. Okay, this is so good. It's obviously oats and chia seeds, flax seeds, walnuts, and then the vegan protein powder. It is so good. What's going up here? So good. And I am still watching the cam. It's 10:36 right now. I still have an hour at least before I leave to go to Ulu. As I said, the high tide was at 2:39, so in the water maybe 2 hours before the high tide. It's definitely starting to fill in more, the water, which is what we need for bommy. Although there were a couple sets this morning, like small bommy. There was a guy, as we said, as I saw on the jet ski. So let's see. Okay, exactly what I expected the swell to do. However, have absolutely no expectations. Now I can see better. Actually, my glasses are a little bit dirty. Okay, wait. Wow, that's incredible. I put my glasses on and now I can see very well. I actually need the glasses for when I'm on my screens or if I'm reading or looking at like labels at the back of food packets, any fine screen, any fine print. However, my distance is not so bad. I actually feel like I can read and know when the sets are coming. That's in the distance. But my eyesight is a little bit funny. When I go back to Sydney at the end of the year, I will get my eyes checked again. Okay, so just as I thought, there is some more size filling in for main peak. I just saw a set before at peak. However, I am going to be able to sit down for at least 45 minutes to an hour, getting into a little bit of editing and workflow, checking emails and all that kind of really not exciting things on the screen. And also depending on the size of the wave, which board should I take? As you can see here, there's my 8.6 and my 8.0. My 8.6 is a beast. It's a beast. It's actually, I think it's too heavy for me, to be honest. I've actually been having a look at different boards, always the eternal hunt for different boards. If today isn't too crazy big, I think the 8.0 will be fine. If it's like really big and I think that I need it, I will take the 8.0. But the 8.0 is just, it's a lot. It's hard for me to travel with that board on my motorbike, walking it down the stairs. Once I get to Uluwatu, it's difficult for me paddling into the wave. It's like a whole situation for me. However, it is always good training to be on any size gun. The other day I surfed at Bali. I can insert a clip here. And it was actually only 6 to 10 foot, it said, at 16 seconds. So I could have taken a smaller gun, like a 7.2 even. Probably I could have maybe even gotten away with my 6.8. But as I was like reading the forecast, I knew that there was a little bit of energy, like at least like 1700. So I took my 8.0. Because it's always good for gun training. And yeah, I waited at the high tide. I waited for the high tide push, which always comes. And I know exactly now for high tide, maybe not exactly, but I'm pretty on point for high tide at Bali. And I got my sets. I waited for the sets and I had my 8.0. That I could have been on a smaller board. However, it was really fun to practice and be on the gun because surfing a gun is just, it's a different experience. Different experience to when I'm on a step up. Different experience to when I'm on like my 5.8. Different experience if I'm on my 4.11. I haven't used my 4.11 in so long because it's been like too big for that. But that's really my favorite board, my little 4.11. Okay, very exciting. I have just been on my screens. Right now I'm just filling out it's actually something that I've been creating for you as a free download for part of my channel. But right now it's just in PDF form as a Google document. It's like the document that I use generally in the morning as part of my morning routine to plan out my day, give an overview of my day, to check off things that I do for health, for mindset, for my professional life, which is building out my YouTube channel and content, as well as podcast, as well as a bunch of other things that I'm doing, as well as working towards moving back into sales. There's also like a section which I write for gratitude. There's like a section for like a brain dump. And I've actually been creating a Notion template document for you to download. That's going to be a free offer that I'm going to have on my channel. But I'm just filling my Google document out now. I'm still looking at the cam. There's definitely some size coming more as the water is filling out. Still don't know how big that is. I'm so excited. We are now the 27th of August, and cannot believe it. September is coming so fast. It's unbelievable. But I have so many now content ideas and titles and different titles for content to create, and whether it's going to be, what I've been learning is, you know, you can repurpose your content, have like one idea and then you repurpose it to different platforms, short form, blah, blah, blah. So it's very, very exciting. As much as I'm very, very excited about surfing and big waves, I also am very excited about creating content online and now moving back into sales. It's all happening. Okay, here we go. I am taking my 8.0. I think that's going to be really fun today. And I am ready to leave now. I have wetsuit, impact suit, big wave leash. Got my mindset. And I actually have my hair in a ponytail. However, let's see. If I have a wipeout, the ponytail may just fly off. I'm ready to go. Port of choice. Here we are. It's all happening here. It's very busy. It's very windy. Yeah, real windy. I just saw 3 guys before that I know that, hi, morning. Oh, actually it's afternoon. That are all like 30 years experience of surfing here, and they're waiting for the wind to turn off because it's on. So I'm just gonna like slowly get ready, paddle out there. Paddling always out there with more water, I also feel more comfortable. Very windy. This is the style. In the morning, it's smaller and glacier. Then the afternoons, as the tide line fills in for the higher tide, and windy. So what do you want? Smaller and glassy or bigger and windy? If you've been following my channel, you know that I love my wax on a big day, or a day when I know there's a little size. I love to feel sticky. Whoa! Oh my god, please don't jump on my board. Okay, I just got in. I was there under 3 hours. Okay, that was terrible. There's like cross shore, crisscross wind, like choppy, bumpy. Was terrible. I definitely got a couple. First one I got was actually like a bigger one, but then it closed down, and I mean I could have just like kept riding it straight because it kept going, but it was like all crumbly, super crumbly out there. Terrible. Absolutely terrible. That was terrible. And I felt actually really good, like I feel rested and very relaxed. I was like ready to charge, and just the condition was, I mean look what's going on out here. Take a look at this. And then I just see like a couple guys now paddling out. One of my friends, his name is Jacko. He's on an 8.4 and he's like walking out just, I guess, like where like peak is. That is terrifying to me. I also paddled out an hour and a half before the high tide, and as we know, today was only a 6.3 high tide. Yeah, that was super sketchy. I didn't go further along as I usually do. Look at this. I mean, there's definitely some size coming in, but terrible. Wait, I'll go upstairs and you can see. Oh, it's just really disappointing. But you know, what can we do? I mean, this is Mother Nature, and they also and they also had to hold the Padang Cup. Look at this. Yeah, so they also held like the Padang Cup, and I guess they had to hold it today because it's the end of August. But yeah, I had another friend that was like paddled out to Impossibles. That was also like terrible. Plus there were so many jet skis in the water today, like a couple tow-ins, like I knew the guys, and then like another 2 guys that were doing like the step-offs. yeah, so that was kind of interesting, like sitting in the lineup with like jet skis going all around me. Yeah, so an interesting session. All I've got to say is it's just another day in the water. Oh, look at all these people. I actually like this spot. This is gonna be the top of Taporong. Anyway, I'm gonna get changed. That was a really interesting session. Okay, so a quick review. There was definitely some bigger sets. It was about 12:20 because I think it was at 2:20. I think the high tide was at 2:39, 12:39, whatever time I guess it was 2:39 the high tide. So at 2:20 there was a pulse, there was a push, and I wasn't in the right position and the sets came. I wasn't deep enough. Some big sets came and I saw Dolphin on his jet ski like going by and I was like, oh god. Yeah, it was not deep enough. And I was already off the board then, like I was off the board and I let the board go, dove under. And then I had quite a deep, black, long hold down. Like pretty much like a longer one. And then as I surfaced, like quickly saw where my board was and then looked and straight away there was like the next set coming, like the whitewash. So that was pretty hectic. And then that was another washing and then I got washed all the way like to where like a peak was and paddled back, and then there were like more sets coming at me. So at about whatever time the high tide was, just before, yeah, there was definitely like a pulse, like there was some big sets and I was like, oh gosh, like. So even though today wasn't the best session, I'm super grateful I went out there because every day can't be gorgeous, perfect, glassy waves. And for me, the conversations that I have now with people, one guy said to me, he's like, oh, you're the only girl that is like consistently out here. And I'm like, yes, because I love this wave and this wave is very challenging and I've surfed at all conditions, all swell sizes, all high tide, mid tide, low tide, a south swell, a west swell, a southwest swell, a southwest swell, like you name it, I've been out there because I think that surfing is really, it comes with time and it comes with experience. So yes, I'm definitely putting in the time and yeah, everything like, the paddle out today. I paddled out, as I said, an hour and a half at like, once I like got in, it was like 1:11 when I started paddling to Bommy. But paddling out, I didn't paddle past the point. There's this like intersection of like water that I can see that I usually, whatever tide it is, I paddle past that. But I thought, I didn't paddle as far as that today, and then the sets came and it was like, luckily, like there was water, I was still able to roll in, but as I was like letting my board go and go under, I mean, I was looking at the land and the rocks close to me. I didn't touch or anything, but that was sketchy. I definitely prefer paddling out with water and coming in with water, but you know, I can't always have the most ideal conditions. Anyway, it was still beautiful out there. It's just very, very challenging and not the best condition. However, it just makes it worth it that when the conditions are on, that I've just got that much more time and experience out there so that when the conditions are right and everything is lined up, then it's going to be golden. And I've definitely had some beautiful waves this year. I definitely have this season so far. I've had some amazing waves, which I'm so, so grateful of. So I'm actually going to wrap up my vlog today. I do hope that you have enjoyed following me around for the day, a day in the life of a surfer who surfs the big swells at Uluwatu. If you enjoyed the video, I would love a thumbs up. I hope that you've found value and vibe from the video, and if you did, subscribe for more. Otherwise, I will see you next video. Bye for now.